Hello, 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 Sean Brady. Doing a recap of Medici Magic Mondays on my own personal business. And there were some awesome takeaways, but I wanted to share a few highlights that I jotted down in my notebook. One for my own benefit, and two for anyone else listening to this podcast. So first and foremost, it was a great day. Today is April 9, 2018. And we talked about a couple of neat things, but specifically people, place, and product. People are either coming here for one of those three things, or maybe more, but at least one of those three things, people, place, or product, to Medici when they're seeking help, right? And for myself, we also discussed three other positions from a valuation standpoint, either as from a real estate perspective, investment real estate, or just any business valuation. And there's the cost valuation, market valuation, and the overall value. And the way we broke this down, we changed it up a little bit. So the cost is, what does it cost you for your time? How much do you need to make to cover the expenses you want to have in your life? And Brian Lunt used the example of, his help with kids and stuff like that. And he figured that he needs to make at least $30 an hour so that he can fund taking care of the extra help he has with his kids. And they could be babysitters or tutors. I mean, I do something similar. We have a great gal who helps us with our kids, and she tutors after school, also meets them off the bus. So it's a little bit of babysitting, hybrid tutoring, and, just overall, just good positioning. Somebody closer to their age, not a family member, not a parent that they can relate to. So there's a cost to that. And I like Brian's thinking, because I think what he's also factoring in there is, we don't pay our babysitters $30 an hour, but we need to make that gross for some of our own expenses and the cost of doing business, and factoring in just extra things so you have a solid number to work with. And then there's also the reality of, can you make that $30 an hour or not on your own? I don't know. So it's something to think about, the cost measurement. Then we had the market measurement, and Josh brought this to my attention. I like the way he discussed it, because now we're looking at, okay, if I had too many clients and I had to outsource one of my clients to another client, what would the cost on the market be to buy those other services, either from a competitor or somebody that I really trusted, to turn over a referral to, or turn over, my own business to, if somebody was going to do the same thing for me. And so it's the rate you would pay to another professional to fulfill on that service. That's what we're talking about, market value here. And then there's the overall value to the client. What is their bottom line benefit to them in terms of money that they will realize to make it worth their while? So is it a 5% increase in their revenues? Is it, an additional 3 clients a month? Is it so many more likes and exposure on their on the immediate thing? Because sometimes those don't translate into dollars immediately, depending on what media content, advertising plan you're using. It doesn't matter, but there's going to be some sort of metric that the client will say, I'll be really happy if this goes up by 5%, or this will go up by 10% a month. That would, equate to this many more dollars on my account, because I know the numbers of my business. And we know from a sales standpoint that people will buy and businesses will buy based on their perceived value of the thing versus just the flat fee. And I think that's what Josh talked about is, he doesn't necessarily like publishing prices for that reason, because then you're automatically tied to that, even if somebody's getting an extraordinary amount of value in return. It's not necessarily a bad thing. There's a lot of models that work in a lot of different ways. And this isn't a podcast to discuss that. It's really just to share some of the things that I took away from today, and hopefully these things will help you too. So One of the things I did like was bump in exposure for a full year and having a weekly or even monthly accountability update call, tracking the progress of my clients and what they're doing inside of their social media and promotional activities to better their business. And, maybe it's the content thing, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. What is the thing that they're going to do on a regular, boring, everyday basis to get them to do that? That's part of it. And then the other thing I took away was year accountability putty. Instead of just a 3-month structure, it should be longer, and it should be a higher price point. And then we argued a little bit back and forth. It doesn't matter so much what the name of the company is. The Sean Brady Show is fine, but it's really what the Sean Brady is known for that makes a difference, and that comes through repetitious action and result from doing those actions on an ongoing basis. So it's whatever you're disciplined at, because we know that whatever you're disciplined at, you can also be very undisciplined at. It's probably that simple thing. So those are the things, and I wanted to share those. The other T-shirt quote of the day, this was something fun I started writing down, was Brian said this. He saw this somewhere, and the quote was, I'm doing the hashtag or the quote air quotes, but you can't see right now, but my life is based on a true story. How about that for the back of a T-shirt? All right, no matter where you're at, no matter what you're doing, I can't see you right now, but I will see you on social media. Thanks for listening. Good stuff right there. At Medici Media Space.